All right, one awesome feature that is included within Zoom are called breakout rooms. Breakout rooms is when you can assign a certain number of kids to their own individual Zoom meeting while your Zoom meeting is going on, and set up a timer, call them back into the larger group as a whole, and put them all out there again, so they can do some small group work, whether it's on a certain problem where you want them to just get to know each other a little bit better and ask a couple questions of each other. Uh, what you want to do here is same thing. I'm going to sign in from the beginning here, show you step by step how to get there. You want to sign into your Zoom account. Again, what do? We sign in with Google. And I'm going to pick my school account again. From here, what you want to do is you want to go into your settings. In your settings, you got a bunch of different options. I would encourage you to go through a bunch of these options and pick the ones you would like. I mentioned in a previous or in a video about waiting room, about making sure the participants have to be approved before entering. There's a lot of really cool features within Zoom built in that you could use to figure out. And I would recommend you go through all your settings here and kind of pick it, tailor to what you need for your specific class. But what you want to do is to do the breakout rooms, you want to press in meeting advance. I'll take you down to here. And you got your breakout room. Okay, so this allows the host, you, to split meeting participants into separate, smaller rooms. And you can also do that when you assign a meeting. If you're using your personal ID meeting room, then it won't matter as much. But if you're doing scheduled individual meetings, that's an option for you to do. Okay, once you do that, how it works within Zoom, if you have a meeting going, what you got down at the bottom option, once you have it set up, you got breakout rooms. Okay, you can press that, assign if you have however many participants you have in your meeting, that'll show up here. So if you have 10 people in your class, let's say assign 10 participants into how many rooms you want to break them up evenly. So if I have 10 participants and I want to have 5 in a group, 2 groups. Okay, let's get a bunch of them, and you can either assign them automatically, where they'll just randomly put people into rooms together, or you can assign them manually. If you remember from our meeting yesterday, Corey set it up so that we could be into our curriculum. So math was together, science was together, and all whatnot. So she did that on her own. You can do that as well. So click manually or automatically if you just don't really care who ends up where. You just want them to kind of interact with each other. And you create your breakout rooms, and it gives you a bunch here. You can rename them. So if we were doing like yesterday, you could have your math one, you could have your science, so on and so forth. And you can then assign students to there all the same. I don't have any participants in my meeting right now, but your participants would pop up and you could click who you want to do. If you accidentally create one extra room or you mess up, you can always just delete a room. What you want to make sure when you do this is that you want to look at your options. Okay. You want to move all the participants into break rooms automatically. That sends them all over there. They don't have to click anything. If you want them to come back whenever they want, let's say they had a question or something, so they can come back, you can allow them to come back to ask you a question. You can say, okay, after a certain amount of minutes, I want to give them 30 minutes. I want to give them 10 minutes. I want to give them 8 minutes, however long you want to give them, you put that there. And then you also want to give them a countdown after closing the breakout room. So when it closes down after those 8 minutes, you can give them another minute to say, okay, time's up. You have 60 seconds to wrap up your last thought, that kind of thing. Okay. And once you're done with that, you would open all your rooms. I can't do that because I don't have any students in any of them. But you would open all the rooms and it would send everybody that way.